Kim Barrow here. I just finished day 4 of the 21-day fix, which is the Pilates Fix workout. I am a lover of Pilates. It's one of the things that I was trained in that really helped me to understand the body, and I loved teaching Pilates. So I was excited to kind of get back into this and see how other people have taken traditional Pilates and brought it to the masses, which is pretty cool. A couple things though I do want to break down to help you get the most out of this workout. Now, usually when we teach mat Pilates, if you were going to come to the studio and take a Pilates class, you would take a few just basics classes just to learn how to position your body and how to breathe correctly. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that. Not a ton, don't want to overwhelm you, but just a little bit to teach you how to get the most out of it. So lying on the ground, and if you want to do this, that'll work. Lying on the ground, place your hands on your stomach, okay? Now, I want you to imagine that you're rolling a marble up and down, so tilting your pelvis, rolling the marble from the middle of your rib cage down to your belly button and right back up, just like so. Now, what I want you to do is I don't want it to tip. I don't want the marble to roll down. I want it to settle right there in the center of your abdominals, the center of your core there. So you're going to press down. So imagining that you want to leave an impression of your spine into the mat, okay? And this is the position you're going to hold through most all of your exercises. So like when she takes you through the 100, and you're here, you're still in this position where you're pressing your back into the mat. So if we get lower, and do this please, you'll start to feel your lower back lift up off the ground. That means you've gone too far. So even if you're here during the 100, this is where you're pumping your arms. And again, shoulders are pulled down away from the ears, abdominals nice and tight. This is fine. To make it a little harder, we do start to drop our legs and hold them here. But this is about as low as I can go while pumping my arms and really maintaining the correct positioning with my core, okay? Okay, so another one of the series is the side lying series. So if you're gonna use your mat, I suggest doing that for setup. So you wanna take your hips and your back and this elbow, depending on where you are. She says you can either be up here or lying down. I'm much more comfortable here. But from my elbow to my hip, I'm lined up with the back of my mat, and then I'm going to take my toes towards the front of my mat. So you kind of have this 45-degree angle out from your hip, okay? Now, she starts with just forward and back. So you're flexing forward and then pointing back. Now, something I want to point out, whenever you do side lying exercises, we don't do a whole lot of them in this, but if you ever do anything like this, remember Jane Fonda who did lots of those, there's a tendency to roll to your behind or to roll back off your hip. Now, to really keep the focus here in your glute and your hip, you want to actually keep your weight forward a little bit. So you want to think about this hip bone being more towards the ground and then using this hand in the front for stability. So I'm really pressed down here, keeping my abdominals really tight. So this whole upper body is so strong and so stable, okay? So then as we move through these exercises, and I'm focusing, especially as I come back, to keep my hip forward and not roll back, I'm really feeling that right here in this hip. And you're gonna focus on maintaining that through all of, when she does the circles, all of this stuff, you really wanna focus on kind of being forward on that hip. Does that make sense? Okay, so next she goes into the plank series, and I just want to break down plank modifications. If it starts to get really hard and fatigued, you can definitely drop your knees and take that modification, but I want to show you how to do that without completely cheating or stopping the work, okay? So ideally, you're going to be elbows directly underneath your shoulders, toes down, and she does cue energy out through your heels, which I love. So another thing to think about is pulling your kneecaps up and really strengthening through your legs. So your legs are just not loosey-goosey here, okay? So you're gonna pull up, squeeze through your glutes. Every part of your body is part of this move, okay? We're squeezing your abdominals up nice and tight. If this starts to fatigue, if you're like, I just cannot hold it anymore, in this exact position, you're gonna drop your knees right here. That's it right there. Notice that my behind did not go up into the air, and I didn't get on basically in a dog position, okay? So we're right here, I'm still squeezing my abdominals. What most people do when they get tired is give up completely and do this. Okay? No. Keep working. Okay, so if you need the modification, you are just dropping it right there. I'm still squeezing up through my abs. Now, something to think about when they say to engage your abdominals and to squeeze your abdominals and keep them tight. What does that mean? I want you to think about taking your ribs to your hips, shortening the amount of space, especially in that C-sit. You can really feel that. Shortening the space between your ribs and your hips by squeezing your abdominals together. I used to say it's like crunching up a ball of paper. Think about your abs are a ball of paper and you're crumpling it all up together, and that's how you keep it working through the entire thing. And it's also how you're going to keep your lower back protected. Another way to protect your lower back through these exercises is really to squeeze the glutes. Squeezing the glutes does not allow you to sway your back, which is where our pain comes from. So squeeze your glutes, stay nice and strong, crumple up that piece of paper in your abs, stay nice and strong, and you're really going to feel your core get stronger, and you're going to see some awesome definition in your abs as we move through this workout, okay? All right, so all in all, I thought this was a great workout. I love that this is our active recovery workout. Pilates inspired. She works a little bit of flexibility. You really do get a whole body strengthening and lengthening workout, which I think is great. If you have questions, if you're struggling with this one, I know sometimes it's hard to feel like you're doing exactly what she's telling you to do. Please let me know. Comment below, shoot me a message, whatever you need to do. I'm here for you. All right, talk to you soon.